Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 127 Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Kernett. To my right is Mike Steak Carnia.
What's going on?
To my left, Art defending and lamest E3 prediction winner of all time, Rosian.
Listen, if I beat you with 2-foot layups, I still won.
At the Nintendo conference,
But they have court shots. They're allowed.
they will show someone jumping.
Yeah, you might pull out some 360 dunks, but you miss half of them.
But you're losing by 30, so it's...
Go ahead, do the 2-pass alley-oop off the backboard. I don't care.
At this rate, why not?
for our new listeners,
Beat you on free throws.
for our new listeners, we've been doing, this is our E3 prediction show. We always do it right beforehand. We're doing it Wednesday the 9th, just for prosperity purposes.
That date will be important.
Yeah, because I mean, there's gonna be stuff announced like before we even render this episode. Before
tomorrow, I'm sure. Yeah.
So
Wednesday the 9th at 9:27 p.m.
exactly.
Because something might be announced before we finish
Oh,
recording.
I was gonna say we're gonna watch. Yeah, we're gonna finish going on Twitter.
God.
God damn it.
Yeah. Hey, points.
Which, that's a different rule than in the past.
Yeah. Well, the way it is. I mean, it's hard. Yeah.
Well, I want a point of clarification before we start, but we'll do it before we start. We're not gonna get there quite yet, but yeah, we do our annual E3 prediction show. Art won the last 2 years. We didn't do one last year because there was not an official E3 last year.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah,
So technically, Art's the defending champion
for 3 years.
for 3. Is it 3 years?
Well, there wasn't one last year, so I got a whole other year.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
There's a reason I didn't say 3-time defending champion.
that is the ultimate asterisk.
Listen,
Put 3 asterisks next
I'm
to it.
gonna run this out any way I can. Because eventually, one of these days is gonna come to an end.
Yeah, we've had some
And
pretty.
whichever one of you it is will be fucking insufferable.
Yeah, we. Oh my
You
God.
guys bring this up more than I do.
Yes, because it drives me crazy. Honestly, the only one that really that I'm only bitter about was there was one that I would have been
the last time we did it, it
the
was
last
like a point.
one.
It was a point, and
Yeah.
literally only because I think Death Stranding didn't have a date. I think is what it
Yep.
was, and like I would,
Yep.
and if I would have gotten that, I would have been perfect. I would have
Yep.
gotten all 5 of my predictions right. But the
Yep.
beautiful thing is we get a new year, a new chance. There's always next year because I am a Cubs fan, so that's what's been my mantra for a very long time outside of 2016.
Oh boy.
Anywho,
Fortunately, if you were in like 1918, so you got a while to go.
oh God, oh God, I can't wait that long.
Well, I hope to continue my streak of if I ever do win, it'll be the best E3 ever.
Oh, my God.
So, we'll see.
It's yes, like 100%. If Steak ever wins,
Because I was looking at some of the ones I made, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be lucky to get a point this year.
All right, so we have realism, and we have excitement.
Yeah.
And then Mike's somewhere in the middle.
I'm somewhere in between. I'm like, I usually have some kind of rationale behind what I'm thinking. Is like they had a job posting sometime in the last 2 months.
Yeah,
or something.
your excitement usually
You're digging into job
it's
postings?
realistic. Yeah.
You're doing more research on this shit than I am.
I am dying to win this thing, and I haven't won anything for this damn show in a long time. None of the contests I've won.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
And 95% of the contests we do, we don't even keep track of anyway. But that's what we do because it's short and it's only a few days. I've had a lot of. I had my third coffee. Before I came here.
I was like, how big was the iced coffee you drank on the way over here?
I did. It was very good. I finished it. I chugged it on the way in here because I want to bring it in.
Smash a plastic cup on your forehead.
Anywho, Steak, what you playing?
All right. Not much.
Oh,
Not much
God.
at all. Like I've been kind of.
You're already stealing my shit, huh?
oh, this is definitely the anti-art episode.
Yeah.
I'm also playing that much, so we'll see who's playing less much.
That's your favorite game.
I'm gonna. After my gaming blowout I've been having lately, I've entered a lull, but that's because we got some good stuff coming out. But I started the Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD and Switch. Only like an hour and a half in. Cool so far. Feels like a Shin Megami game. So I mean, but I'm excited to dive more into that. My one gripe about it is the cutscenes are still in 480p.
That's
Isn't that the easiest part? Like to make prettier?
Well, I guess you gotta re-render. No, because even like Final Fantasy VIII and them, like what they did the remake, like the remasters, like those were also like it's still like in the 4:3. I mean, they look sharp, but they're still 4:3.
right. But I can also buy a 4K version of the original Star Wars movie if I wanted to. So there's a way to do it.
Sure.
Right. I know Photoshop has an option to just put old pictures in there and make them look better. Can't you do the same thing for video editing?
Yeah. So it's
one
kind of,
frame at a time.
Gussie,
over and over and
Gussie
over.
the shit up. Let's
so it's
go.
kind of funny. So it's like, you know, so I'm sure on I'm back on PS2. It was like, oh, the gameplay looks fine, but these cutscenes look great. Now it's like the gameplay looks really clear and sharp. These cutscenes look like shit. Like, but no, I'm excited. That's something where it's going to be just like it's a long. I know it's a long game, a long grind too, because I know it gets quite difficult. So I'm gonna just be playing it on and off. I am in the super early stages of Biomutant. So last time I kind of mentioned that, but I was playing it on PlayStation, but then it dropped to $50 on Xbox on Amazon. So I returned even though it was the collector's edition, it was nice, but I saved $10, returned my collector's edition of the PS4 and got the Xbox one. So I got through where I was, like the intro part, and then it actually just even a little bit further than that.
Gotcha.
So it's a little clunky. The combat's a little clunky, but it's fun. It's charming, very charming. The narrator's hilarious. This is with the new update though too, because the narrator was a little more annoying from what I've heard.
I guess he was just like always there, like
Yeah.
like a little dabble do you with that
Shut
narrator.
up.
Yeah, and he is there. Well, the problem was before is like, so the characters, they talk gibberish, like they have like their own like gibberish.
Yeah,
and
like their own dialect or whatever.
right,
Yeah.
but they would do like their whole dialect, where then you couldn't understand a word, and then the narrator would say what they just said on top of that. Like at the beginning, I noticed that wasn't the gibber was like cut down. It seemed like in the beginning, because I know they patched and they did some updating on it, and I think that's one of the things they did is they cut down the amount of gibber because it's like I don't need
Jibber
all this,
jabber.
I don't need to hear all this gibberish, and then you have their narrator going like then after that it's just taking twice as long to get through it.
Yeah.
It used to be jibber jabber, now it's just gibber.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I'm excited to dive more into that game for sure.
Okay.
I think it's one of those games where it's not like spectacular, but I'm just expecting crazy fun, with some cuteness in there. And then last but not least, I got it for quite cheap, so I said, "Why the hell not?"
Game Pass?
I started no,
Not yet.
No,
That's trademark infringement. You
yeah,
broke without a
sorry,
phrase.
my bad. So I did start up Judgment on Series X. It looks so sharp. It runs so smooth. Because I played it on PS4. Man, it's nice. And I have a Yakuza, as we all know. I have a Yakuza problem. So, but I figured, why not? We got Lost Judgment coming out in September. I wouldn't mind actually going. I remember it wasn't too long ago that I beat it, but I was like, as I'm playing it, I'm like, man, this game is really good. It's actually making me more excited for Lost Judgment.
Yeah, I actually played only for about the first hour and a half, so I literally just started playing it because I was playing something else I'll talk about in a minute. Yeah, I mean, so far it hasn't grabbed me yet, but also the first hour and a half, and I haven't gotten into the story proper.
It's
yet.
This was a little slower to get going. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not pulling a ripcord on or anything
Yeah.
like that yet. But I did the very first run the chase down sequence you run right by the bathhouse where Ichiban was born. I'm like, I recognize it.
Yeah.
I know what that is. So yeah, was that all you got?
The Soapland.
The Soapland.
The
Yes,
Soapland.
that's what it's called.
That's
the
right.
Soapland. Not the bathhouse. It's the same thing. All right, what's line?
Only new thing I'm playing was I tried out Empire of Sin,
Okay.
which is kind of a cross between I know we had mentioned before when the game was first announced and was coming out, the old PC game Gangsters.
Yes.
It's a cross between that and XCOM and a business management sim. So it's interesting. It's you go around and you're kind of role playing through this world as whatever mob boss you pick. They all have certain perks to them, and go through and you try to take over businesses from the other gangs, and eventually you whittle them down and go and fight the boss. And the boss has more HP and special skills, just like your boss does. You recruit more soldiers, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting. It's seems like something I'll probably play here and there, just as I have time and nothing else really to do.
So I know there's actual historical mobsters in that game.
Al Capone's the first mobster they show you when
nice.
you're choosing. I don't know.
But do you choose one of the historic ones, or are they just in the world with you, and those are the ones you're trying to take over? Or a little mix of both?
So when you start the game, it gives you whoever the different mob bosses are, gives you, I don't know, 10, 12, 15, I don't know how many.
Yeah.
And you can cycle through them and see what their gang is called, what their little group is called, what their special skill is. They all have different perks for businesses or recruiting new members or whatever. So they'll have a little bit individualized to them, but Al Capone's the only name I recognize in there. The other ones maybe real historical figures. I couldn't tell you for sure. I'm not that studied up on mob history.
Right.
I mean, it's 1920 Chicago.
Very cool.
You can open up speakeasies and breweries and casinos
And you get to it's not like you take over a casino and you have a casino, right? Like you get to pick and choose what you turn the stuff into.
Yeah, so when you take over a business or a property, what the hell they call them, I don't remember anymore. Yeah. Racket. There we go, a racket.
Yeah, definitely a racket, 100%.
You can keep it what it is, and that'll cost you nothing, or you can change it to something else, and there's a cost associated with that. So, if I already have 3 speakeasies and I take over a 4th one, well, I don't have to keep that one the speakeasy. I can turn it into whatever.
Got you. Cool.
I was going to say a brothel, but I'm not sure that's actually an option for a business.
That would be inaccurate if it if it isn't.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting enough that I'll keep playing it here and there. It's not so interesting that I'm like, this is all I have to play now. I can't play anything else. But that's usually, with the exception of Civilization, that's kind of how I am with those games. Civilization will suck me in for 8 hours at a time. But usually the other games along those lines, it's kind of like I pop in for a bit here and go do something else in my life.
Got you.
That's really the only new thing I've played.
Okay. I've also not been playing a lot, but I play. So I talked about Judgment already, but I played all the way through the Pathless on PS5. That game is amazingly good. I was so. It was one of those. It's like the perfect mix. It's from. It has like the Journey vibes. It gives you a little bit of like the Team Eco vibes. Like it gives you all those kind of things, but with a crazy way to traverse the land. So it does a classic thing where it kind of like drop you. The very first scene in the game is like they drop you off on an island. Like you're in a boat, you're on an island, and then you go. Here's the button to jump. Here's the button to shoot your bow and arrow, and go. Okay, so like you're kind of learning and experimenting along the way. But there's these little diamonds that they have all over the landscape, and you shoot, and they're basically kind of like auto aim towards them. So you hold down the right trigger, and it fills up a diamond. So if you get it to perfectly like halfway, it'll hit it. If you get it all the way, it'll hit it. So you'll hold it all the way down, you can hit it. So it's like if you want to do like skill shots and go faster, you can do that. But every time you hit one of those diamonds, that's what fills up your sprint gauge. So you can. So as you're sprinting, you're holding and shooting, and it's like you're doing the thing where like you're running and doing the bow and arrow and like skidding, like sliding on your knees and doing the bow and arrow like Hawkeye style, and doing all kinds of really fun stuff. And it also converts to like when you're in the air, so you get like air dashes. They have different versions of the diamonds that give you like a super boost or a vertical boost. And then the whole game is based around you just trying to cleanse these different plateaus of this island. That are each inhabited by like a corrupted former god. So there's this one main bad guy. He's corrupted these guys that used to like the one was in charge of keeping the water clean. One was in charge of the forestation, and now they've corrupted them all. So all the whole land's corrupted. So you go around and you find all these little tokens that basically you add up to get enough of those tokens to fight the boss. Long story short. But all the way you find the tokens are like there's always like there's like a small like environmental puzzle usually, whereas this like you need to move these hoops around to shoot through 5 to get to the goal because the goal doesn't activate until you shoot through 5 hoops. Or you got to try to get like there's 9 torches. How do I get all these torches lit up with the bow and arrow? It's all pretty much bow and arrow based, or just like timing based where you stand on this pedestal and you get to the other one in time type of stuff. But they're littered all throughout the whole world. And once you get, I think each one, if you get 6, you can fight the boss, but they have like something like 10 more hidden throughout the world.
Oh, wow. And
if you get all 10 in each individual plateau, you get an extra perk. So you get the original perk from beating the boss of the area, like say, they have, like we talked about the super boost diamonds. They weren't there originally. Like I beat the boss and then they showed up there. Then I had after I got all the tokens in that area, they gave me a I can just passively get my boost, my dash bar would just increase by itself without using without you hitting the diamonds. All the boss fights were kind of similar, where like you finally get to the point where you can you can track down the boss of the area. He's running through the landscape and you're chasing him down. And you're just hitting diamond after diamond and diamond, running him down. You shoot him a few times and you go to a different area where you have like a fight in that area, whether it be just like you trying to avoid their fire breath, or if they're having things raining down on you or whatever it is. And then you do that once or twice, and then you've cleansed the land. But there's still so much more to find. What I love about the game, like I said, it's just the fluidity of the motion. It does a thing that like Spider-Man does, where I feel like I'm reacting. After a couple hours in the game, I'm reacting appropriately to the situations based on the mechanics of the game. So it was like, with Spider-Man, you did the right thing. Where you're like, all right, I got to swing here or zip here or do whatever it is, and I was doing that. In the motion was like I'm just hitting the right buttons, doing the right thing. I'm in the rhythm. I'm in the groove, and it just looks and feels awesome. And like I said, it has the same vibe of like Journey, where it's just like I don't know 100% what's going on here. I know what my goals are, but the more and more as it opens up, the more and more I'm realizing, okay, kind of what I'm doing. And they have little like bits of like these big tablets that give you some lore of the world and what's going on. And you see you're constantly finding just like corpses everywhere too, and because it was the main bad guy came to this land and they were trying to fight him off, and they have areas that you don't necessarily need to go to that give you large chunks of what the lore is, and like the final stand, and like here's where you get the main bad guy got his sword, and when you get there, they talk about the two divine weapons. One would be the sword, the other one you don't know what it is, and you'll find it out later. So it's just there's so many different systems that interact with each other that works so well with just the traversal alone, and the game is actually it's the variety of the puzzles keeps you going. Like I never got sick of doing the puzzles. I never got sick of doing the traversal, and that is like 90% of the game. The boss fights you like 2%, and those I was fine with. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was one of those games where it's like, man, I feel bad for not buying for full price, because I know that it's like Giant Squid is the developers of the game. They also did Abzu, which is another kind of similarly like artistic, and it's like also I think best swimming in every game ever. But like the locomotion in this game is just so great. It's totally worth your time and money and everything else on top of it just being like and it's very pretty too. It felt like it didn't quite feel like the PS5 games like we're seeing with like Returnal and Ratchet and Clank coming out in a few hours and things like that. But
we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah. But man, like that's one of those things where it's so good. I don't think it got its due. I think there's so many things that overshadowed it with the PS5 launch was like Spider-Man and Demon Souls and things like that. But the Pathless I think it's on sale right now too, with the whole like their whole
Days of Play or that Days of Play going on. They have the indie discounts
it
going
was
on.
The indie discount.
They have the double discount sale.
Yeah.
They have like 4 different sales going on right now.
Yeah,
they do. I think it's on the indie piece of it. I think it's for like 24, 25, something like that. Man, that would be, now that I've played that game, I would have paid that no problem.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely go check out the Pathless. I absolutely adored it. That's all I played. So, Steak.
Well, really quick, when you were mentioning bow and arrow, I forgot. So I started to try playing Horizon again.
Oh.
And?
So I got through the proving part.
Okay. Oh my God. Flashbacks.
I don't think this game's for me. I'm so bored.
Oh God.
No, like I know, like it's supposed to get a little better, but oh my God! But I feel like it's like right now. I'm just like it's like a crawl.
It's unfortunate because the really interesting part of that game doesn't occur until like 2/3 of the way through the game.
I mean, they give you like breadcrumbs of the story leading up to that point, but I know what you're talking about, and it's just like, holy crap! I think what's going on.
But so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, thankfully the easy difficulties now that they have on there has made it so I didn't struggle through that whole area like I did the first time.
Yeah.
So I was able to get through it and everything, which is, I mean, I'm not worried about it in terms of that. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's something because, like, I mean, I know we'll talk about it later, but after seeing,
I mean, I'm
the
wondering,
new one, I was like, oh man, I really gotta give this another try and see if I can get through this.
I'm wondering like how it would change the experience of the game if you just stuck to mainline quests to get further into the story quicker.
I think that would be tough, especially because I mean, so much of that is like, I don't want to say it's like grindy, but like getting the right attachments for your weapons and all the different add-on weapons and things like that. So those are kind of important for.
I don't remember the exact like way that all plays out in the game.
Neither do I. Anyway,
We'll see.
Let's go next couple weeks.
All right. June 11th, Guilty Gear Strive for PC, PS4, and PS5.
If you like keep playing the game, you're like, I can't do this. I'm sure by now there's got to be a video online somewhere where you can get like the
Or you
gist
probably
of the
watch,
story
all
and
the
like
cutscenes
and
or
like
whatever
yeah, in
in a
like
row or something.
45
Yeah,
minutes or
right.
something.
Oh yeah, I could totally probably.
I should let you borrow the Pathless too. It's so good. Somebody does like, oh my god. There's a couple like when you the very first time you're like fighting one of the bosses, it's just like, I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Like here we go, let's do it.
Was it one of those things where like you were like far away and thought you were far enough outside the combat zone, and next thing you know you're in a fight?
Well, they have bits of that too. It's almost like it's funny. They have like this when the area is so corrupted, they always have this big orb. This big area that's like very corrupted, I guess is the best way to say it, and it expands. It's almost like the opposite of a battle royale, like it's going from inside out. And if you get caught up in it, like you got to head, it turns into like a very brief like stealth situation where like the main bad guy of the area is like walking through, and you're like in a field like with tall grass. And you try to like you can't move when he's looking at you, type of a thing. But at one point, it's like when it's time to you fight him, you're on this very tall pillar, so you're kind of looking down on everything, and you know where you got to go, and it's like, I guess I'm going right in the middle of it. And you just go. And it's very. And you. I didn't even mention the eagle that you have as like your partner, but he like acts as like a glider. So you're just like gliding into this like abyss, and it's very, very cool.
Nice. Also on June 11th, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PS5. I have a feeling you guys will be hearing a lot about that one.
How can I get that to unlock sooner?
Well, it seems like some people got lucky. Like
I was like,
they've been
some people
showing
must have
up
got their
all week for people from different retailers and stuff. So it's like,
I was on my PlayStation. I was last night or the night before, and I saw like they had the suggested like streams there, and it's like, oh, Ratchet and Clank playthrough. I'm like,
what the?
Cool. So my reward for buying digital is I have no chance of getting it early. Awesome.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I was going to message you guys to mute Ratchet and Clank on Twitter because I know you guys have been kind of like keeping like a blackout on it because like Insomniac like after like 2 days ago released like a new weapon.
I almost muted them.
Yes, exactly. They released a video for. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to go into the details, but they released a video of a new weapon, and it's like that would have been amazing to discover.
Right.
Playing the game, like why are you? And at first, I thought it was like someone was spoiling it, but then I realized no, it's Insomniac themselves that released this. Why?
I almost muted them because they didn't do it quickly. It was like 12 tweets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to hear from you 20 times in one day. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, they went a little crazy the other day. June 18th, Metro Exodus Complete Edition for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. On June 22nd, Alex Kidd is back in Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX for PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. On June 22nd, Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Game Pass.
Hey, why not?
On June 24th, Legend of Mana for PC, Switch, and PS4. And also on June 24th, Samurai Warriors 5 for Switch and PS4. Your PlayStation Plus games for this month are Operation Tango for PlayStation 5.
We need to set up a play date. Try Operation Tango.
Yeah. Star Wars Squadrons for PS4/PSVR.
Yep.
Which that's awesome. And I think we mentioned this last time, but Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown for PS4. I did play one through the arcade once. It looks very, very nice. Your Xbox games with gold for June. The King's Bird, available from June 1st through the 30th. Shadows Awakening, available from June 16th through July 15th. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, available from June 1st to 15th. Injustice Gods Among Us, available from June 16th through June 30th. And there's a couple small little Game Pass stuff, but they're saving it.
I think
it's a little quiet right now.
This isn't a prediction.
Too quiet.
However, Game Pass is going to be at the conference, I'm pretty sure.
God. Yeah, I think the easy ones. Thanks, Mark.
Little spoiled one.
You steal my goddamn fucking predictions.
Spoiled
already.
one.
Right. No, that one might. I was actually thinking about that. That might have to be our tiebreaker. That should probably be our tiebreaker.
Ooh, I didn't think about tiebreaker.
Like pick like an over under or like an amount
How
or
many
something.
Game Pass games are available right now?
Like exactly.
That'd be
Because
like
that
the
was
most,
actually
like,
one of my
quantitative way to
predictions,
do
but
it.
I'm like, you know what? Actually, that's really good for like a tiebreaker. Because I had a feeling we'd all be kind of thinking about that.
I like it. I like it a lot. Extra.
Man,
Extra.
need to find the news.
There's news somewhere. I don't know.
That's right.
Extra.
Switch it up.
Okay, so there was a whole bunch of events since the last time we did this. I think the first. What order did these happen in, Mike? Do you remember?
Oh my God, no.
I know these three were the first ones. I feel like two or three of them were on the same day.
Yeah, they were. It was Hitman. No, sorry, Hitman. It was Horizon.
There was a Hitman event and I missed it.
Horizon and Sonic were the same day.
I don't
We
care about
have to-
Sonic.
no,
That's okay.
That's fine. They have a cartoon. Horizon. Then it was Dying Light.
Was that?
No, and then Far Cry, I think.
Fine, that's the order we'll go with.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
So Sony did a state of play for Horizon Forbidden West. Showed off some gameplay. Looks very nice.
Yes, it does.
At least part, if not all, the game takes place in what used to be San Francisco. They show off a bunch of landmarks and make it very obvious it's San Francisco. Don't know if the whole game takes place there or what. In the gameplay they showed, looks like there's some more traversal options. There's a glider, and you have a grappling hook now, which every game's better with a grappling hook.
Mm-hmm. So, well, even when grappling hook to a glider, I'm like, ooh. Like, oh.
There's underwater portions of the game now. I was really confused at first because the first image that caught my eye was like looking over Aloy's shoulder as she's swimming. I'm like, did she grow gills? What the fuck happened? And then later I saw it on the screenshot where she has some kind of breathing apparatus on. They did not announce a release date during that video. I will say the one thing, I almost flipped a table when that video started because they start off the video in a first-person view, and you're, what the hell's going on? And then Aloy walks up to you. I swear to God, if they switch the main fucking character already, I'm gonna flip something. They didn't. They were just revealing Aloy.
I was about to flip the table because he had 4 hours of pre-show, which was just like scenic views.
That's
of
a
the
new
world.
thing, apparently.
And then
That's the thing. If you're doing a video online, you do 4 hours of pre-show and an hour countdown.
yeah, I got like 4 minutes, and I'm like, okay, this is all they're doing. And then I turn back into the show, like 5 minutes before the thing starts, and like the audio sync is like way out of sync. I'm like, mother. so I'm like, okay, let me just go to a different one. And that one was out of sync too. I'm like, okay, and then like it blips into like fine, like about 3 minutes into the guy, or like a couple of minutes into the guy talking before the game play started. So
Yeah.
it was all fine. But it was like 4 hours of lead up to have desynced audio. I was like, mother.
But yeah, they showed a bunch of new, robo enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those little raptor guys looked very cool with the chainsaw jaws.
Yeah.
Like when they opened up, that looked very neat. The giant elephant mammoth guys,
Yes. Yeah.
the wiggly bellies for something. Like, I don't know how robots have wiggly bellies, but cool.
That's where the fuel is.
I understand now.
You shoot the yellow parts. Where the fuel is, so you weaken them.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember this being the case, but I remember knocking armor off of the Robo Dinos before, but I don't
Yes.
remember knocking off armor off of just like the humans
I don't
in
remember
the
that
first
either.
one, and that was definitely in that demo too.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. I
So
remember,
I thought that
I
was
remember
interesting.
the robo dinos. Yeah, you can knock off armor. You can knock off weapons
Right, weapons and just like
and the fuel tanks.
Yeah, the fuel and freeze tanks or wherever
Right.
wherever they were. So like I remember all that, but that was actually highlighted in the demo too, which I don't think anyone really made a big deal out of, which I thought was kind of neat.
I don't think armor was really a thing on the human enemies in the last game. I mean, sure, you had stronger enemies, and they
Yeah.
may have had armor on them, but it definitely wasn't something you could,
Sheer off.
beat off them and
No, for sure.
take. Is that it? Steak thoughts.
Looks gorgeous.
Yep.
We said Dying Light 2 is next, right?
Yes.
So Dying Light 2 released a gameplay video. Also looks nice. Well, looks graphically nice. Looks kind of violent.
Looks very violent.
They've said that there will be hundreds of hours of content with about a 15 to 20 hour campaign. Takes place 15 years after the original Dying Light. In the game, there will be 3 factions: the Peacekeepers, who are soldiers who want to install their own version of law and order; Survivors, who are just people trying to establish safe zones; and Renegades, who are ex-prisoners who want to rule the city. They have different zombie types, which is like the different evolution of zombies. They have people who are like newly infected. They have traditional zombies, which are called biters. I didn't write all of them down, but of course, when nighttime comes, they all get stronger. I remember the first one, like, for the first half of that game, like, I'm not going outside at night. It's night, I'm inside.
Can't make me.
We're going to wait, or I think there was a sleep option. We're sleeping. This one, apparently, they say has more RPG elements than the original. The map is 4 times as large as the original, which the original had a decent-sized map. Release date, December 7th, 2021.
Yeah, I mean, they're speaking a lot of my language there. I bounced off of Dying Light 1. I don't know why. I just think I just wasn't in the mood for it.
That's it. Dying Light 1, like, the best way I could describe that game was, like, it's Far Cry with zombies.
Yeah, and I think I don't know why. I think I just finished. I know exactly what happened.
Did you just finish Far Cry?
No, no. I
did just finish Far Cry. I went right into that one.
I just finished playing Last of Us Remastered because I never finished it on 3 because I had a bad save issue with 3.
Ooh.
So I actually finished Last of Us 1 for the first time on my PlayStation 4, and I just finished that before that, like when I got that, and I think I was just zombied out. But yeah, but man, it looks good. December something is a weird date for it to come out.
It's one of those things, like, I get, yeah, because I agree, but I was like, clearly it's not going to be ready before then because nobody wants to release December 7th.
No.
And, I mean, even if you push it till after the first of the year, I mean, what's the point? I mean, if it's ready, put it out. I mean, you're going to miss the holiday sales already. You're going to miss Halloween. You know, you can't push it to next Halloween.
Well, right, exactly. I mean, because I think they were shooting for spring to begin with anyway. So it's
they
like,
were shooting for 3 years ago to begin with.
Well, yeah.
So
it's like, not a big deal.
Yeah,
December will be fine. I mean, it seems like nowadays it doesn't matter when you release a game anymore.
I really think
if people want it, they're going to buy it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's becoming more and more of a myth. Like,
I mean, look at this month. Look at June. June is stacked, like with a ton of stuff.
I think as the average age of gamer goes up, that becomes more of a myth. So I'm not waiting for Christmas to buy something. I just buy it because I want it now.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Thank you, Art.
So there was a video reveal, I guess, for Far Cry 6. I say reveal because I don't know exactly what to call it. There was a Far Cry 6 video.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They kind of gave an overview of the story and what's going on, and you're on this fictional island in the Caribbean, and there's a dictator ruling the land kind of ruthlessly. Because, there's good dictators, apparently.
But it's not political. Wait, there's news. It is political now. Sorry.
They flat out said this one's political.
Well, no, they originally said it wasn't, and then the next day they'd be like, wait a minute. Yes, it is.
I know for
it's Far Cry. It's political.
For Far Cry 5,
Jesus.
they said it's not political.
Yeah, they definitely did. Then that became a thing.
Which, I mean, whatever. I mean, religious cults in America are, I'm not sure that's a political thing.
Well,
they're a thing in America occasionally.
Or like more like the militia portion of it was more of it. And that was the thing. It was more of a cult than a militia. And I think that's where they I don't want to say like copped out, but that's kind of the direction they took, which made it less political.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
I was like, I really don't care.
I enjoyed
say it's political.
I enjoyed that
say
game.
It's political. Say it's not political. I enjoy Far Cry games.
Yes.
A lot of the stuff they showed looks, it was traditional Far Cry game. It looks like for the weapons in this one, they're kind of going middle ground between traditional Far Cry and New Dawn.
Yep.
There's definitely some normal guns, and there's definitely some stuff that's cobbled together out of stuff found in the town, like the gun that shoots CDs and plays the Macarena.
Oh, so man, please just have like CDs you can find in the
I was
world.
I hope
That'd be
there's
awesome.
more CDs with different songs that you can play.
They're all different CDRs. They all look funky. All have like Sharpie writing.
Yeah,
on
Sharpie
them.
writing and poorly printed labels.
God, that'd be great.
It's coming.
They have the usual animal companions. One of which is like a dachshund with a wheelchair
and an alligator with a T-shirt on.
Yeah.
How do you go wrong?
The one thing they showed that's different from previous games is that you can holster your weapon, which is a huge deal because one of the most annoying parts of Far Cry early on in the game before you have good weapons and skills is that you'll be walking through a field and an enemy truck will drive down the road a mile from you and somehow see you, and then you're in a fight. I never wanted to be in a fight. I was trying to crawl through the field and just be by myself.
I was just seeing what the beacon was over there.
Yeah, but now probably you can holster your weapon when you're just walking and not get into a fight every 10 seconds, which is awesome because one of the most annoying parts of those games.
And it was that, and also the whole time I was like, "What's with that backpack? What's with the backpack?" Oh, the backpack apparently is a bunch of different things depending on how you put it together. It can be a jetpack, it can be fuel for your gun, for your like a flamethrower type of thing. It can be all kinds of stuff. Again, depending on how you cobble it together, like Art was saying. Very cool. I'm in.
Yeah, so that's coming out October 27th
Yep.
for all the things.
Did you guys get the
Dying Light also coming out for all the things.
Yeah, did you guys get the
Horizon Forbidden West not coming out for all the things.
the gold edition
did.
Amazon price here?
Years ago, like a year ago.
Yep.
Oh,
yep,
really? How
me
much
too.
was it?
PS5
It's like
gold edition for like $60.
$60, yeah.
Regular price for the gold edition.
Very
yeah.
nice.
Which is funny because originally I was like, I want to get the game digital. I was like, what was that pre-order I had for Walmart? I saw the price and what it was. I'm like, nope, I'm just getting a physical. It's fine. I think I was thinking of switching it to Xbox.
Well, the thing, I would prefer on an Xbox. So I was like, well, the same price for gold on PS5. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like,
okay.
nope, I'm locked into this one. That's fine.
Yep.
So next news item, on the PlayStation blog, they posted an interview with Herman Hulst, who's the head of PlayStation Studios, where they touched on a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to go over the bullet points here. Go read it. I think there's also an audio version of more of the actual interview, not just the picked and chosen written parts. In that interview, he confirmed that God of War Ragnarok's been moved to 2022.
Yep.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Confirmed that Bend is working on a new IP. I think they said they were using the open world tech from Days Gone, which whatever that means. I thought the big tech in that thing was supposed to be the hordes, but
It's gonna be bees now.
I'm out.
Bugs.
Surreal.
Bug snacks too.
God. Different types of bugs.
Yeah.
Just swarms of
Not
spiders.
so cute.
Yeah. No.
He said that they're gonna expand more in the PC space, which means you can expect more of those couple-year-old exclusives to show up on PC.
Also not a shocker because like all those games have done great.
Yeah.
on
Oh yeah,
PC.
absolutely.
An extra stream of revenue.
Yeah,
I guess.
you know what companies love? Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you played it years ago. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh,
I
that game,
don't know if I have the strength for this conversation.
No.
that game that came out 3 years ago isn't exclusive anymore. What the hell?
Why'd I buy this $500 machine when I have this? Whatever.
Jesus.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
All right, Team Asobi
Yeah.
is being expanded and working on a new project.
And they have a new logo that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have 25 titles in development. Almost half of them are new IP.
That's bonkers.
And then here's the big part that caused a big hubbub online. Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, and Gran Turismo 7 are confirmed to be cross-gen. To give some background on it, not a big deal for Horizon because I think they announced originally that
Correct.
was initially a PS4 game that they are, going to have on PS5. God of War Ragnarok, nothing has ever really been said on that.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo 7 was confirmed to be, or was advertised as PS5 only. So,
Wait, hold on a second. Wasn't that in that whole like whatever State of Play or whatever that was? Where
That
they
original
they
one.
like change a bunch of like the trailers right after they showed them. Wasn't that one of them?
No, they never changed that one.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the ones because it was the ones that had like the exclusivity stuff at the end of it. Like that's the ones that they
Oh,
changed.
okay.
There was a few because there was like the Demon Soul said exclusive to console, but then like 'cause everyone's like, oh, so PC, and they're like, but then they're like, oh wait, no, we worded that wrong. No,
Okay.
not coming to PC.
There was something-
or something. But yeah, it was all that. No, Gran Turismo 5 until
7.
that, or 7. I'm sorry, 7 up until that article. Everyone assumed, like we all thought, everyone thought it was PS5 exclusive because it was all over their trailers too. PS5, PlayStation 5 exclusive.
So also adding fuel to the fire was good old Jim Ryan's comments back when Xbox said everything was going to be
Generations.
cross-gen for 2 years, saying we believe in generations.
That was also in context of the peripherals, not necessarily the software. That's why the whole thing was like you can't use your PlayStation 4 controllers in PlayStation 5 games. That was in context of that.
You can use your PSVR though.
Hey, I'm just.
If you start defending Jim Ryan, we're gonna have a fist fight.
No. I'm not defending. I'm just bringing context to the quote because I think a lot of people are quoting that incorrectly in terms of just being like the software piece of it, which whatever. No, it's. I don't know how I feel about it because it's one of those things where it's just like I wish everything was made for PlayStation 5 only because I have a PlayStation 5, right?
Right.
I don't know. 90 some million people who have a PlayStation 4 that don't have a PlayStation 5 or somewhere in that ballpark. So like I understand their aspect of it too. So like I'm kind of of two minds of it. Whereas it's like I understand the business aspect of it because they want as many people to play as possible. I understand the gamer side of it because they want, the PlayStation 4 gamer side of it because they want to play these games too. Good for them. But also as a PlayStation 5 owner, I want to be like, I want it to be like balls to the wall, the best thing ever from the ground up, only on the PlayStation 5 because there's going to be some kind of, there's going to be some
There's going to be a compromise
Sure.
somewhere along the way.
And so that's part of my thought on it is like, in theory, it sucks as a PS5 owner because they have to develop for the lowest common denominator, which I guess is the base PS4.
Right, 100%.
However, there's nothing to say that like they didn't say anything or show anything about any of these games. So we don't know. Is there something they were planning that they only could have done on PS5? Or were they always just planning the same type of game with prettier graphics and, a new story?
And also, I think if the time frame was these games came out in the first half of this year, I think the conversation is very different.
Right.
So, like, did it get pushed back for COVID? And then all of a sudden we're talking like a year some into the generation.
I mean, yeah, even, okay, let's, Horizon was originally developed for PS4. Okay, fine. Let's just take that out of the equation because everyone who was paying attention knew about that one.
Yeah.
When you're talking God of War and Gran Turismo, you're talking outside of the first year of the new console being out. Mm-hmm. And like usually by then you're supposed to have turned that corner at that point, historically. But I mean, it's like I said, because we don't know what the original plans were for any of these outside of Horizon, I can't really say like the game's being shortchanged by being, cross-generational.
And like we also can't say like it was also in the plan that what's the chip shortage right now, whatever it is, the micro the superconductors,
transistors,
whatever it is. I don't know. I know how to turn it on. All right,
it's about
everyone.
This big.
Yeah, it's that big, and no one's got it.
That might actually be a big one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's a macroconductor.
That's a megaconductor.
so like I'm sure they also didn't anticipate that being a shortage. So they all probably anticipated having tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of more PlayStation 5s in people's homes along the way too. So it's like I don't know. I feel like I'm playing devil's advocate in Sony's corner here, but like I would love all these games to be as high quality as possible without having any compromises too, personally.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like Horizon, Horizon, like I said, yeah, we've always known that was going to be both, and I guess like some articles did come out saying like the PS4 version's like kind of like actually has been done like in a way so now it's actually waiting on the PS5 version to catch up, but then like God of War, yeah, would I prefer a PS5 God of War? Absolutely. I get it though, because God of War it was so highly praised and sold so much on PS4 that I wasn't totally shocked that it was both still like, but again, like you said, like I wish it was just PS, because my God, Corey, take that to the next level. I would love to see that, and he still might. I mean, they still might. But for me, the big one is like, okay, so what was going on with Gran Turismo? Like that's the big one, because like you guys have been advertising that as a PS5 exclusive since the minute you showed it off. So now it's like, okay, then what was this PS4 version always in the works, or did you realize like, oh, like well we can't like
if we sold one to every single PS5, we still lose money.
Right. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. But also too, it's like okay, but if you're making a version so it works on PS4 as well, it's like Gran Turismo already has a horrible history in terms of releasing. Like now you're making it work. Like you're just continuing that awful path of releasing now.
Or is this like one of the things where like they were still releasing MLB The Show for like Vita in 2014,
right.
And like it's like. I don't know. Like, I mean, and third parties do this all the time too. Like, you could play Valhalla on a Xbox One if you wanted to. If you I mean, it's still a different experience, obviously, because you don't have all the bells and whistles. Right. But I don't know, man. That's.
And going back to your point about how the whole we believe in generations thing is about accessories and hardware.
Yeah.
The issue I have with that is like, okay, so you make that statement. Granted, it's in regard to accessories and hardware. However, are you saying that game-wise you think believing in generations is just a graphical upgrade?
Oh, it's
because if so, I better not be paying $10 more for a fucking graphical upgrade.
Well, you do if Tony Hawk does it. I mean, you do it.
Oh, Tony Hawk didn't make me do shit.
or make you buy the game completely over again.
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
did
true,
not
too.
do- Didn't fucking do
I'm
that.
sorry, I didn't mean to open it.
But
But
go like, wait,
yeah, no, that I mean that's business speak, talking out of both
Yeah.
ends of your mouth and your ass all at the same time.
But it's,
So,
like I think like since they've come out and said for Horizon like, oh, it's gonna have graphical upgrades and there's gonna be DualSense integration and something else. It's like, so different vibrations in the controllers, generations.
Yeah.
I don't
100%.
like. I mean, I can't. That's why I can't.
Well,
Part of
so-
the reason I can't wait to get my hands on Ratchet.
I
and
was just
Clank
gonna say
is,
because
like, this
everyone's
game,
talking about that.
It's gotten great reviews from everyone, and it very clearly could not run on PS4s.
Yeah.
So okay, let me see what you can do with this hardware. Show me what generational is.
Okay,
Show
yeah.
me what you think a next generation game is.
Yeah, because supposedly with Ratchet, it's besides like the stuff that's going, it's like it's the every weapon feels different because of the haptic feedback, and then also too the 3D audio is just supposed to be out of this world. Like and like again like there's some stuff they could do like in terms of the 3D audio on the PS4, but I haven't played Returnal, but everyone that's played Returnal says like holy shit,
Yeah,
like the way
everything's
this
nuts.
sounds is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like so I'm super pumped to check that out.
Let's keep talking about Ratchet and Clank. I'm so excited for Ratchet.
I'm so pumped. I'm so excited.
Right now on my PlayStation, I'm looking at that timer. I'm like,
I know, I saw
how
it.
can I trick you into thinking it's 2 days later?
Even though I knew, like I said, I knew I was gonna get the game no matter what, but I still waited for the reviews to pop before I pre-ordered it. But I was just like,
Fool.
I know,
Fool.
I know.
How could you not buy the sequel to our 2016 game of the year?
It made no difference for it was like it didn't miss out on like a 10% discount or anything. Anyway,
I more so the reason I pre-ordered is for the preloading.
oh, 100%. That's why I did too.
Yeah. Well, that's what's pissing me off right now about Final Fantasy VII Remake. The PS5 upgrade's not going live till midnight, and then I can't even buy the Yuffie DLC either yet. So it's like So I have to download the 80. I think it's like 90 gigs of the PS5 version of the remake, and then I think it's like another. I forget. It's like another like 10 gigs or something for the Yuffie.
So it's the Final Fantasy VII Part 1, Part 2 download.
So the minute I wake up tomorrow, I'll have to get that going so I can maybe play by lunchtime.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no shit.
Maybe.
You might be able to play at lunchtime, but you're not going to be able to do your video calls for work.
No.
That's fine.
Okay. And last news item.
Oh, we have more?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
One more.
So much happened.
Exactly. Today, they did
Oh,
what I'm calling a pre-reveal of Battlefield 2042. It's a pre-reveal.
I like it.
They didn't actually,
100%.
they didn't
Patent
actually
pending.
fucking show you anything.
Nope.
Patent pending.
They showed you a video that had a interesting take on Kickstart My Heart.
Yeah.
But a bunch of news came out after they showed their fancy video, actual information. Release date October 22nd. Next gen and PC will have 128 players for online matches.
That's half as many as Mag had.
Fucking mag.
Yes, but
Jesus.
did Mag have tornadoes and sandstorms?
No,
because
it
Battlefield will.
I don't know what Mag had outside
Mag
of
even
just a
have-
lot of players. I
Did
don't
mag
know
have
what.
players though? Period. It supported up to.
I remember playing the beta for that thing. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. There's so many people.
It made no sense.
We support 1 million players. We're never gonna get that many, so we can just say it. PS4 and Xbox One will support 64 players per match, which is the same as the previous Battlefields have done. $70 for next gen, $60 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Curious as why it's $10 more on next gen than PC.
They're not going to make any copies. They're not going to make any physical copies of it.
So if I'm buying a digital on console, I'm paying $10 more.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just trying to give you that manager speak.
Still bullshit.
That's 100% bullshit. It's bullshit, man.
I didn't want to hear this shit from you when you were in sales. I don't want to hear it from you now. There is no single-player campaign. There's not a battle royale at launch, though there's rumors that they are working on one.
There's an unannounced. There is a unannounced mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's coming at the Xbox event.
7 maps at launch. As I said, there will be random weather events, which include tornadoes and sandstorms. At launch, the game will have 10 specialists, which I guess these are the classes. And I play think like Rainbow Six Operator.
I was just gonna say.
So you don't have support, medic, assault, and
don't like it.
No,
sir.
recon.
This feels like
No, sir. Don't like it.
Like yeah.
And they'll have more information July 22nd at EA Play.
But they said June something, didn't they?
Xbox event.
Yeah.
No. I missed that. I just
At the very end of the trailer.
gameplay.
Yeah, June 13th, they're going to show off the first gameplay.
Is it
I
the
think
Bomb
they
Pop
said.
Mountain Dew?
It is.
Oh.
It tastes just like a Bomb Pop. It's incredible. USA?
The USA. Anyway,
So yeah,
that's the news.
I'm not sure how I feel about the whole 7 maps at launch. I don't feel like that's very much. I'm trying to think back to how many like Siege had at launch.
But also the
Because
Siege
Siege was
one.
not a good launch.
And Siege was also like, I don't know, 1/32 the size of a Battlefield
Yeah,
map.
it was a 5-on-5 game, not 64 on 64.
I'm just saying that it takes a lot more to make 7 big ass maps than 7 small ass maps.
Yeah, but 7 big ass maps get really fucking redundant real fucking quick.
I agree.
Especially if they do what they've done in the past and tie certain maps to certain game modes.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't want to play that one game mode, what am I down to? 4 maps?
I don't know why I was possessed.
Oh, of course, NCAA, so they're going full on season pass, battle pass mode,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and charging you full price for a retail game.
Time
Oh,
for
yeah.
time for that money. I don't know what possessed me today, but I played Call of Duty today. I don't know. I mean, because I saw shooting army people earlier, so I felt like doing it. They have a new like 6v6 mode on that thing, where straight up like every map is super small. So it's just like remember Modern
Mosh Pit?
Remember Modern Warfare, the first one, Shipment.
Yes.
It's basically every map is a shipment, and so it's just like you're just constantly dying and
There's
killing
explosions
and
everywhere
explosions. And, it's just,
constantly.
and like every map's like this, and somehow and they have like kill confirmed, deathmatch, and they have domination there somehow too. And domination is just a shit show. Anywho, we're not talking about Call of Duty, but we are talking about E3.
Woo!
E3 2021 is back, all digital form this time around. So here is
Back, in air quotes.
It's easy.
Oh, they released the schedule. I'm like, yeah, this feels like it.
Yeah, it does.
you know,
Honestly,
I
it
mean, they did.
Okay, I just want to put something out before we get into all this. The E3 people and Jeff Keighley, they need to get in a room together, and they either need to join forces and do one event or get the fuck out of each other's way.
Also, I don't know if anyone
Because this whole thing's a clusterfuck of
it's-
scheduling.
Well,
also,
yes.
it's the problem. The problem. Okay, I'm rubbing my face because it's a big problem. The problem is the Summer Game Fest is like all summer, so they're
Right.
having stuff,
They couldn't
all
vacate
summer.
this week.
and that's kind of
Well, right.
Like I don't mind them doing like, because remember when Kind of Funny did their like showcase thing,
Yeah,
right? And it's just
yeah.
a bunch of stuff like, if you want to do something like a little bit like kind of like offshoot and stuff like that, and like I think that's one thing. But it's like
didn't they do their indie showcase because something got canceled?
PSX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they did one during E3 too, didn't they? Or am I just making that up? I thought they did one during E3 after that.
I don't know. I've kind of fallen off of.
I don't know.
Whatever,
I
doesn't
say,
matter.
I don't
Doesn't
remember.
matter. The point
But
is,
still, though, yeah.
the point is, it's like different things can still exist in the
Right.
same time frame, but I feel
Work
like
together.
yeah, but I feel like this is like overlapping in a weird way.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We're just going to cause like, I don't know,
Well,
messaging problems, and the same trailer showing up in 5 different
Well,
places.
right.
And,
I mean, it looks like okay. So last year there was no E3, so Keighley stepped up and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna do the Summer Games
Right.
Fest and spread the shit out over however many weeks and make it real confusing in the scheduling and not do everything on a weekend." And then E3 decided to come back this year. Like, nope, we're taking our weekend back. And Keighley's like, "Well, I'm set up.
right.
Figure your shit out for next year, people."
Yeah. Also, Jeff Keighley, he was doing I mean, he's tweeting like mad right now.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
promoting whatever. But like they showed him earlier today. And it's like he looks like like when they show a picture of like the U.S. president at the beginning of the term and at the
Oh,
end
yeah.
of the term.
Oh, yeah.
He's at the end of the term president right now. He looks very tired. And
He looks like Willem Dafoe towards the end of Boondock
oh
Saints.
my goodness,
Oh, yeah.
he looks like he just needs to get this.
Hair's a mess, shirt's half undone.
He's like, I just
Cigarette
gotta get by this weekend. I just feel like he's obviously excited, but just like he looks like he hasn't slept in a week.
I was saying, he's probably just like, I'm tired. Kojima, just come on.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Can you just do this?
Just do the show.
your
Just
thing.
read this thing.
Do your thing because he is showing up during it. So
Okay, so that brings me to my point of our time frame of our E3 predictions. So here's what I thought. Here's my thought, and I'll take suggestions and referrals and thoughts and prayers. So I think tomorrow, Thursday, the kickoff, right? I think that makes sense for if it happens between the kickoff and the Tuesday of E3, which is like the last day of E3. So from Thursday to Tuesday, if any of these things happen in there, because if we don't put like an end and date on this thing, it's going to go until 2022.
Well, I was just saying, like when we were talking last time, you're like, and I guess it just goes till the end of the calendar year. I'm like, no, that's fucking pointless. Why are we going to do this?
So,
Why don't we just do our June predictions for the second half of 2021?
oh my god. So I think if we do from, in present time Thursday tomorrow until the end of E3, which is technically Tuesday. Whatever happens in that time frame via our predictions, I think gets the point.
Sounds good.
Circle gets the square.
All right, hang on. Let me look through the schedule real quick to make sure that I'm not gonna fucking.
I
didn't miss my window here.
Any show should be in there. The only show that's not in there because EA is doing their EA Play, and that's not that is in July.
Right.
Yeah.
Sony says they're doing something most likely, or rumors are something in July. They don't have a specific.
I mean, we shouldn't be counting on Sony at this point. They've already said they're not at E3.
Right. Well,
I mean,
they're in the Summer Game Fest somewhere.
I mean, you can still predict E3 stuff if you want. I'm not banking on them.
No, they're going to show Ratchet and Clank.
They're going to show stuff at third party.
Right.
Yeah, take a minute to look it over. We're just throwing this at you now.
No, I would say I'm only doing this.
Tuesdays
I don't want to throw out a prediction that the event's not until the Thursday after the deadline's passed.
Yeah, that'd be foolish.
Steak has some for that.
Which is what? What is it?
It's fine. I don't know. I actually don't. I don't even know.
4, 12. The fuck?
I know, right?
June 13th to 24th.
I know. It's nonsense.
13th is Xbox. 13th is
It's so
Square.
stupid.
It's like,
13th is PC. 13th is Future Games. 14th is Take-Two, Capcom, and more.
Right. That's
And 14th is what, Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
Don't know.
Razor's 14th, and Nintendo's Tuesday.
Correct.
And Nintendo's the last day.
Nintendo's like is like the cap.
Steam.
As always, they love that spot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. All right. So it is set in stone.
I'd say the only thing that happens after that might have something is the Steam thing, but I mean, we don't focus on PC stuff really, so.
I have no PC related project.
Anything PC related would be multi-platform, so.
Yes.
I would say, I got nothing.
All right. Then how do we go in order? Who goes when?
I don't care.
Well, Art's last.
I'll go last.
That might be good. That might be better though. We don't know. Then he gets the serpentine.
Well, let's show you. Cross out some of the ones we take. Well, some of the ones you
All right,
take,
there
not
we
me.
go.
Art doesn't have anything that I have on my list.
All right, hold on.
Depends how many laps you got on there.
Half my list is Square
Xbox
Enix.
will have it. Xbox will have a show.
Yeah.
All right. I am one. No, I am one. Steak, you are two. Art, you are number three. I'm picking a
right.
random generated number between 1 and 3 right now. Ready? I can click it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Steak goes first.
Oh.
And then next number goes next. Art goes second. I go last. Everyone happy with that?
Whatever.
Too
Sure.
bad. Too bad.
Sure.
All right, so steak. Oh, okay. So let's. I don't think let's go over the rules real quick for the fans. We're doing 5 predictions each, and then at the very end of it, after we put all of our predictions out there, we will rank them in terms of confidence from 1 to 5. So if you really think it's going to happen, you put a 5 on it. If you don't think it's going to happen, you put a 1 on it. Or you just not as confident it's going to happen, you put a 1 on it, and then we tally up the points at the very end. Whoever has the most points wins. So, Steak, you get the first one.
All right, let's start this hype train off, huh?
Uh-oh.
Let's do it.
We banned the word hype from the show.
So it is still, even though it seems like they've forgotten, it is still the Zelda 35th anniversary this year.
There are no anniversaries after Mario.
Yeah,
Okay?
well, Mario's dead now,
dead.
right? It's March. I would say March 31st is
He
past.
died.
He's gone.
He died on March 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best birthday gift ever.
But your stocks.
Yeah.
Best birthday gift.
So I think a couple something new is going to get announced. I'm not going to pick the obvious one here. I'm going to pick a more fun one that I think.
There we go.
I think we're going to get the Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Ages and Season remakes, done in the fashion of Link's Awakening.
All right, you guys slow that down. Oracle of
Oracle
what?
of Ages and Seasons. These were the Game Boy
Oh,
Color,
okay.
the Game Boy Color games after Link's Awakening.
Seasons.
So I think, they already got the engine, so
I got you.
why not? And Link's Awakening was so hugely popular, and everyone loved these Game Boy. And these Game Boy Color games are very expensive to buy on the off market now. So that's a good time to do it.
Got you. All right, I like it. All right, what's your first one?
Oh, what do I want to start with? Do I go the left-handed layup or the right-handed layup?
So you're not gonna dunk it right away?
I don't dunk it, man.
All you do is dunk.
You dunk.
You dunk.
You dunk, and you know what? You try getting fancy with it, and you screw up.
Yeah, I'm fucking Vince Carter.
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
How many championships you win?
exactly. that's the point I'm trying to make. And I have one, by the way.
Well, might as well just stick with spin off the news here. Battlefield 2042 Xbox conference. They're going to announce that it's going to launch on Game Pass.
All right, that was one of mine.
Good.
But let me ask for a caveat here. If they're like the 2v2 mode on Game Pass only.
I don't consider that to be.
Okay, so you would think the whole thing
the
then.
game's launching on Game Pass.
Okay. All right.
It's definitely gonna be all or nothing. I think I'd be shocked if it wasn't all or nothing.
I don't know. All right. First one. Xbox conference as well. The very first Series X game we saw was Hellblade 2. I think we get gameplay at the conference. That's all. That's the end of my prediction.
For fun, do we get a date?
I have a little bit of. I have all my predictions.
Not the predictions in.
I would say we've never had someone do a steal in this, even though we have the rule in place. I'm tempted to steal them.
Yeah, we never did a steal. Actually, I mean, obviously we're not going to do this now because we're already in this. But my thought was, we put the prediction, like I put my predictions in, and then you guys put the points on the confidence. Just to mess. So when Art is like putting his layups in,
right,
we get to fuck him.
I like
Yeah.
That would be pretty.
You spread those 5 layups however you want.
So yeah, no, I honestly I think we're gonna get a release window.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Type of thing. I don't know when. I don't see a firm date on that one. Even like I said, even though it was the very first Series X thing we saw.
That's still 2022. In my
I think so
opinion.
too. I'd agree.
Early, I could. I mean, that's a good. I think that's a good like early game, like by March.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I'm going again. Serpentine.
Getting shot at? What?
Serpentine. All right, I'm gonna go.
Suppressing fire.
Oh God. No, I have 3 alt ones. I gotta like dip in my alt ones, so I wait for those. I think I do.
You didn't rank these ahead of time?
I did, but you took one.
That's right.
So
I never rank mine ahead of time.
I did. I did.
I just throw them on, and then after I make my predictions, I'm like, all right, what numbers look how?
That's what I do. I just brainstorm.
Yeah.
Paper. I'm like, here's-
Art's was spicier than mine though, because I thought I just put like on Game Pass day one in some capacity.
Yeah.
I don't think the whole thing's gonna be on there. I think they're gonna put like the Battle Royale mode on there to fight Warzone or something like that. All right, Nintendo announces a new Wario game in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what. I hope it's WarioWare. I would predict it's WarioWare because we're getting to the point of the Nintendo life cycle of the console where they start getting weird shit. So we got the weird game creator thing.
question.
Yes.
Is it something that has to have Wario as like the featured character
Yes.
in the title?
Yes, yeah, it'd be like
So you
it'd
can't be like Mario Party.
So
and
basically,
Mario
I
is a
was
player.
saying, yeah, so you're basically saying it's gonna be one or the other. It's either gonna be WarioWare or Wario Land. Like,
Or
let's be
something
honest.
new.
Like, or something completely new, right? But I mean, realistically, those are probably like the top 2
I
potentials.
was saying,
Which
they can't announce a new Mario Kart. You're like, Wario's in there.
No.
yeah.
Wario centric,
Yeah.
Wario in the
Cool.
title type of a game.
God, I hope so.
My only question for
I
you
love
is
Wario.
if they do like a WarioWare remaster, does that count, or is it gotta be like a new game? I'm okay either way. Or how about let's see if it happens first. But I'm thinking like
any Wario is fine because I mean it's still coming. It's still coming because they didn't. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there was one on the Wii U, so they can't. Right, so they can't. They can't just do another.
They
port.
would have to remake it.
yeah, they have to bring something back from like the GameCube.
I mean, even
because
if, or Wario World from the Wii.
I
I think it was
forgot
Wario
that was a
World.
thing.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
was actually really good. I would not mind a remake of that.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. I feel like it's time for a Wario game. It's been long enough.
Oh yeah, I need a Wario Land.
And they're the bad guys in the new golf game. I don't know. Art. Number 2 prediction.
Okay, so the Bethesda Xbox event.
Yes.
I think they've announced 2 games previously that had the PlayStation exclusivity, right?
Yes.
What? Oh, are you talking about like Deathloop and
Deathloop and then Ghostwire.
Ghostwire. Okay.
So I think they're still going to show those games, but they're going to lean more into the Game Pass availability on PC. 'Cause I think those are just console exclusive.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
PS exclusive.
'Cause I don't think they can completely
Bethesda.
ignore those games because they're still putting money and resources into them. You're not going to blacklist them because you don't want people buying games on PlayStation. I mean, if you're Microsoft, you want money from everywhere. That's what they're preaching, right? And clearly they can't put it on console.
All right. So PC exclusive Bethesda games highlight the PC piece of it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Steak. What's your second one? We,
All right.
we need some like I don't know. We need some like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music playing behind it.
The thing is, we have to find the open license music.
Yeah.
You can't do the Jeopardy music or.
No, you need something like the background. It's like just tense. Ding ding.
Get a 30-second beat on repeat. All right, let's skip. Let's stick with the Xbox conference as well.
But let's not. Let's do something.
Xbox/Bethesda for this one.
That's Mike trying to steer you away from more of his predictions.
Yeah, right.
I got a while before I get another one here,
Yeah.
so I need to.
I don't have any more that are specific to Xbox.
Okay.
I think they're gonna pull a what they usually pull with Fallout here. I think Starfield is finally going to be revealed. It is going to be an Xbox/PC exclusive, and it is coming out this year.
Woo-wee.
Okay. I mean, I think the Xbox PC exclusive part it doesn't really matter because I've already said that, but you have the 2 other qualifiers in there, which we don't know.
Dude, I think.
Wait, you said it's coming out this year?
Yeah.
I think they're going to pull a Fallout, like how they always do the Fallout games.
I think you went a step too far, bud.
No, it's all right.
I would buy either. I could buy either argument on that one.
I think you went a step too far.
That's all right.
It's written down as an ink.
We do what you guys
Not,
do.
I'm sorry, I'm not stealing it from you. Plus, you're up. I think they're going to show that's coming out in 2022.
Yeah.
All right, steak number 3.
Let's go back to Nintendo. I
Let's not.
think I think Metroid Prime 4 is finally going to be revealed, like truly revealed, not just a logo.
So what would constitute a reveal? Are we talking like a cinematic trailer?
Yeah, like at least at the very least a cinematic trailer at the very least.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Something more than a logo.
More than a logo. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all we got last time was just that logo. Yeah, so more than a logo.
So more than the minimum.
Even
Got
if
it.
it's just
More than a feel.
even if it's just a quick shot of Samus, that counts because it's not just a logo.
All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Give me this one, damn it. This might be my only point.
I'll allow it.
That's the only one I don't go very specific on.
Art number 3. Doom, doom, doom.
So, if you guys, I'm gonna throw this one out there, and if you guys sit there and say like, no, it's way too vague,
Too vague.
and not allow it. But I think we're gonna see multiple new Marvel games from multiple publishers.
If you put a number on it, I'll allow it.
I'm not putting a number on it.
And go fuck yourself.
That's so funny because that's one of the things.
Oh,
I
no,
was
well,
thinking
okay,
about.
hold on. Let me preface that. By putting a number on it, I mean like you gotta say like more than 2 or something like that. And that gives you
it
like
doesn't have to be an exact number.
yeah,
but
I'm not
yeah,
saying like
go
it has to be 4. I'm saying like if you want to do like an over under type of a deal, like I'll allow that. I think that's
but we will not accept more than 1. Because you're saying multiple.
You're
right
already
now.
saying
You're already
multiple.
saying multiple, so you can't say more than 1.
more than 2
So
or
you
less
have to
or
say-
less than a bigger number.
Yeah.
But wait, that doesn't make any sense. More than
Less than $1 million.
Damn it! Doesn't make any sense. I guess yeah, it needs to be more than at least 2. If you want to go with that one.
Come on, all right, let's get fun.
I mean, if I say something, if I put a number on it, it's gonna be more than 2. I'm not sure it's gonna be more than 2 though. It might just be 2.
Right, yeah.
More than 1.5.
Denied.
If there's anything I've learned from Las Vegas,
I'll say is mobile.
I'm buying the hook.
I'll say is mobile half a point if it's a mobile game. It's a half a game.
I'll say to make the difference, I say mobile games don't count, and it's multiple.
No. Damn.
I'll say yeah, because that stuff would not be announced right now.
And there's one basically all but confirmed already.
Oh, is there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely one.
Yeah, but all but confirmed is not announced.
If you don't want to believe Jeff Grubb, that's fine. I believe Jeff Grubb.
I don't believe Jeff Grubb.
You should believe Jeff Grubb.
Oh, I need more time to think about the rest of these. So I guess I'm going to throw out my self-servicing one that I'm going to hope, pray, dear God, it's true. Take-Two's going to show us anything on the next Grand Theft Auto game.
Ooh, new GTA.
Confirming that it's a thing that's going to happen.
So new GTA shown in some capacity.
Yeah,
the logo will be fine.
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
because it'd be new. All right.
Because they haven't said shit about it.
Nope.
I'm gonna start
When was the
fucking
last
stringing
time
people.
was it the Xbox reveal when he had the GTA 4 tattoo?
Oh
was
my
that the last time they
God.
actually were at E3?
I have no idea.
It might have been. They've released 2 games.
It's very. They usually aren't at E3.
Well,
For this.
they've released 2 games since then. So.
Yeah.
But Take-Two's doing their own show.
Yeah.
So.
True.
Yeah, I that's not a bad thought. All right.
All right.
Okay. So Capcom has their own section of it. All right.
Yeah.
You can do a self-serving one. I'm doing a self-serving one.
It's fine. Snake does 5 self-serving ones. I mean, fuck.
I do.
But now that I've said that, I'm having like a problem of which self-service do I want to do to myself?
That's what she said.
You can do more than one?
There's a box. That's a back of the box quote. Oh man. Okay, the one I wrote down was a new Mega Man X game gets shown. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
My heart wants it to be Dino Crisis, but I just don't. I don't believe it. All right,
They've fooled us so much on that.
I know. All right.
Bastards.
New Mega Man X shown. And back to me again.
Dino Crisis.
New Dino Crisis. How much fun do I want to have, guys? Do I want to have some fun?
Come on, it's
Do I
more
want to get nuts?
fun.
I'm going to get nuts. All right, let's get nuts. Let's get fucking nuts.
Because then it's going to be so that much more exciting if it comes true.
So here's what's going to happen. Nintendo...
I'm laughing at you just picking up the mic and holding it.
He's getting excited here.
I'm truly trying to will this into existence, only for my points, because I don't give a shit any other way. Nintendo press conference. The Smash Brothers logo shows up. They're in one of the many worlds that is in Smash Brothers. It doesn't matter which one, but there's all kinds of characters all over the place fighting. And then all of a sudden, a portal opens up. And Ratchet flies through the portal, from the portals in the new Rift Apart. Ratchet shows up in Smash Bros. As one of the new characters. Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to say Ratchet for sure. Probably Ratchet and Clank together in Smash Bros. Sony is the only thing not in Smash Bros. At this point, and I think he fits. And I think it's like a marketing thing for the new game coming out too. So that's going to be my one, guys, just so you know.
That'd be awesome.
So Ratchet in Smash Bros.
No, that'd be really awesome.
I want that to happen. That's not going to happen, guys. Art number 4.
Okay, so same vein as the one I questioned you guys on before, but following that rule of I have to put a number qualifier in there.
Yeah.
At least 2 new Final Fantasy titles.
Okay. Like brand new.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, hang on. What do we consider brand new?
I was just gonna say, just because would Remake Part 2 be considered a new?
No.
Okay.
No, we already know that's in the works. No, I'm not counting that.
Okay.
Things we don't have not been confirmed to be in existence.
Okay. So basically, so the ones that they have that we know exist are Final Fantasy 16, the Remake Part 2,
Part 2, Part 1,
and Endwalker, the Final Fantasy 14 expansion coming out.
That would be an expansion anyway.
Yeah.
Well, sure. But so those are the 3.
Yeah, those don't count.
That we know now.
Yeah.
So those will not. So anything besides those.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Cool.
We're going to trust you to keep track of those because
I'll be watching.
next time we're going to be like, oh, you talking about? I didn't get it. They announced 5 new games.
Steak number 4.
Yeah, let's stick with the Final Fantasy there.
Oh.
Final Fantasy 16 is going to get a new trailer, and we will have a release window.
All right. I like it.
And then they'll do a big live event where they give you the release date, and then they'll
And then
push
delay
it.
2 weeks later. Yeah, probably. But at least for now. Because all the rumors have it that game is a lot further than we all think.
And then round it off. Number 5.
Last one.
I said at the end we can go over whatever extra ones we had if we. Just
Oh, yeah,
throw 'em out there.
I got a couple extra ones. I will. Yeah.
If things play out the way they're playing out, I may not have any extras. I might have one extra. I don't know.
Okay. I have, I think, 2, and one of them is just a quickie.
All right. This last one. If it doesn't happen, I've hit the point of where I think I might not even care anymore.
Oh no.
Bayonetta 3 gets a release date.
Oh no.
This is it's getting ridiculous. Like all we have for that is also
no.
a logo.
Oh no.
Of
I
the
know.
number
That's why I'm like
3.
steak. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Mike's not feeling great for you here.
I'm starting, like I said, I'm starting to get to that point.
So
with
when
this
you're
game.
at that point, what's the story here? You giving away all your hardware or what?
No, just that game in general.
Yama,
But like
Yama.
seriously, like this is ridiculous. Like it is like the fact that we haven't seen anything is ridiculous.
So that was shown. The logo was shown at the Game Awards in 2018.
7.
Was it the same? It was the same one that Joseph Fares did the FU Oscars thing. I think.
Yep, that same one. So whatever one that one.
I think it was 18. Oh, Art's on it.
But still, so yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
All right. I'm rooting for you, buddy.
yeah.
I'll play those Zelda games, only because I like the Link's Awakening so much.
Those games they connect so they're so good. Those games are so good on Game Boy
2017.
Oh my god!
Color. So 2017. That's what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
Oh
I
my
thought, yeah.
god!
So yeah,
That
this is
ba-
ridiculous.
That baby can walk and talk now.
December 7th, 2017.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So that baby can walk and talk now. Art, last one.
All right, it's this is probably the most layup one I have,
Really?
but I believe in it.
Oh wow.
It's heavily rumored, and it absolutely makes sense. Borderlands, they're going to announce a new standalone, not a titled Borderlands game, but something in the universe. They got their movie that they're hyping up now that they're making, which I think is going to be a giant fucking train wreck.
Well, it's a video game
Well,
movie.
yeah.
So if it's another expansion for 3, no dice.
No.
Needs to be-
Standalone.
I can buy that disc, put it in my system by itself, and play it. Okay.
So you talk about like that.
You can buy it and play it by itself. I'm not sure they'll release it physical.
Okay, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's not. That's
Right,
not.
right,
That's
yeah,
The spirit of what you said
Yeah, okay,
counts.
No, yeah, yeah.
All right.
No, I agree. It sounds more like that Tina thing's happening. Yeah.
And it makes sense too. She's one of the characters in the movie.
Right.
She's kind of a side character in the main game,
Yeah.
but if they're going to feature her in the movie, I don't even know the game necessarily of the movie tie-in, but it's keeping the name Borderlands
Well, sure.
in
Right.
conversation.
Exactly.
That
No.
and Jamie Lee Curtis posting silhouette photos of various characters. I don't. At some point, we'll talk about the casting in that movie because I don't know how the fuck they're going to pull some of that off. Kevin Hart playing Roland makes no sense. He's like the straight man, like the military
Oh.
straight man.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Unless they're gonna go like Rock Jumanji type thing where we're just
Oh,
making it all a comedy now.
Well, maybe.
Probably.
I mean, if you have someone, I can see him doing it, trying to like expand his options. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I can play the straight man, but if you have someone who's so good at this thing, why would you not have them do it?
Right. Right.
That's like getting the Rock in a movie and like dress them in baggy clothes and you're not taking your shirt off the whole time. Hide your quads.
That's a disservice.
Yeah.
All right, my last one. WB also has their own
Mike is
section of a show,
They do.
and I can't. I'm not going to miss an opportunity to talk about Batman. So, Arkham Knights officially delayed to next year,
yeah.
and I'm going to stick with new gameplay shown from the characters they didn't show the last time. So I think first time it was Batgirl and Nightwing, I think.
I don't know. I'd have to look back and
Either
see.
way, it's
I
gonna
don't
be
remember.
Red Hood and either Robin or whoever
Yeah.
it is. I think. What was the Robin? I don't remember. So it's gonna be the other character. They're gonna show the other characters in action on this one at least. So Arkham Knight delayed.
Gotham Knight.
Was it no Gotham Knights?
Gotham Knights.
Arkham Knight was the last Batman game.
Yeah.
My bad. Gotham Knights. Delayed. Gameplay showed. New characters.
I am excited to play that.
Hmm? All right. So now, moment of truth. Let's try and put the confidence on. Stake.
Woo!
Your 5 where Nintendo will announce The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons remake in the vein of Link's Awakening. Starfield will be officially announced as an Xbox exclusive and will be coming out this year. Metroid Prime 4 will be showing more than just a logo. Final Fantasy 16 gets new trailer and release window. Bayonetta 3 gets a release date.
This is always the hard part. Let's put 5 on Metroid. I'm like so confident they're finally going to do it. They have.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's been long enough.
Okay.
At least, like I said, even if it's just a quick, hey, here's Samus.
You saying that makes me realize just how much Nintendo is not my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like that's something like I'm sure people who are into Nintendo games and or Nintendo IPs and like Metroid are like pumped up about and like chomping at the bit for, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Nintend's gonna be at E3.
I was like, the one I didn't put in here that's Metroid related is they're going to announce a new side-scrolling Metroid game, and I would actually be more excited for that than Prime. Let's put.
I really don't know. Quick side note. I don't understand.
Sidebar.
I don't understand why Nintendo hasn't really. Now they haven't figured out online, but they figured out their online store. So I don't understand why they don't have more like non-physical release, like online, like or like store exclusive type stuff, like smaller titles, like a Metroid game, or if they want to do just do smaller stuff with your main franchises and just release it digitally only. And sell, if you want to sell a box with a code in it or whatever it is. Like I just don't understand why not just selling just a bunch of those things like $20 a pop over and over again.
Because look at Kirby. Kirby was like 4 hours long, and they charged $60, and it sold like hotcakes.
That's also true.
Which was great, but
also they put out like I don't know 2 games in the last year and a half.
Oh yeah.
So like
I know.
just put out a bunch of little smaller
Yeah,
stuff. Put it on the market.
Anyway,
let's put a eShop.
Let's put a 4 next to Final Fantasy. I feel confident about that release window. Let's put a 3 with Zelda. Let's put a 2 with Bayonetta, and then we'll put that 1 on Starfield.
Art.
Yo.
Your 5 predictions were Battlefield 2042 will be on Game Pass 100% on day 1, right?
Yes.
Okay. The PlayStation exclusive Bethesda games, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, will be shown at the Bethesda portion of the Xbox conference, but will really highlight them being on PC.
Yes.
Okay. The new GTA is shown.
Just acknowledge that there's a new GTA.
New GTA exists. Okay.
Like we said, it could just be a logo, but
Yeah, no,
a logo and a name.
That is totally fair.
It's a thing that's going to happen at some point.
That's right.
Not we're just going to develop for GTA Online for the rest of existence.
No, they're going to put out the Red Dead Redemption 2 PlayStation 5 version.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is still coming out this year, and it sounds like they're going to charge $70 for it.
Oh, yeah. And people are going to sell it
Have
and
fun
buy
with
it. Anyhow, next.
I love that game, but have fun with that game.
At least 2 new unannounced Final Fantasy titles will be debuted.
Yes.
And then the Borderlands, well, there will be a new Borderlands standalone title.
Yes.
Okay. Give me your confidence.
5 on Borderlands. Let's see here. 1 on GTA. 2 on Final Fantasy. 3 on Battlefield. 4 on the PlayStation exclusives at Xbox Focused PC.
I thought you were going to put a little less on that one.
I ran out of numbers, man.
Oh, crap. I got a 4 still.
Shit.
Wait, scribble it all out. We gotta use some
All right. My 5 predictions were Hellblade 2 will have a gameplay shown at the Microsoft conference. A new Wario game will be announced. A new Mega Man X game will be shown. Ratchet will show up in Smash Brothers as one of the 2 remaining characters. And Gotham Knights delayed to 2022 and gameplay showed with new characters. I'm going to put a big old 5 on Hellblade. I am going to put a 4 on Gotham Knights. I'll put a 3 on Wario, 2 on Mario. I mean, Jesus Christ, on Mega Man. And then 1 on the Ratchet reveal. That's not happening, but I just want it to be. Because this thing's going to be fun.
I was like, you want it to be. You don't even play Smash
I don't.
Brothers.
I just thought this thing will be fun. Then that would be just like the collection of everything going on in gaming, more or less, is in that one game.
Yeah.
So it'd be great. All right. So last rundown: stakes for predictions from most confident to least confident. Metroid Prime 4 will have something more than just a logo. Final Fantasy 16 gets new trailer and release window. The Confidence of 3, Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons gets a remake in the vein of Link's Awakening. 2, Bayonetta 3 gets a release date. Number 1, least confident Starfield is an Xbox exclusive and will be out this year. Art, most confident in a Borderlands standalone title. PlayStation exclusive. Bethesda games will be highlighted for being on PC at the Microsoft conference. Battlefield 2042 will be on Game Pass. At least 2 new Final Fantasy titles will be shown as the number 2 confidence, and the new GTA does in fact exist. This is number 1 for me. Number 5 is Hellblade 2 gets gameplay. Gotham Knights delayed to 2022, and different characters are shown in game. New Wario game is debuted for number 3. Number 2, new Mega Man X is shown, and number 1, Ratchet shows up in Smash Bros. We'll find out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what are you talking about? We're going to hit stop recording and, we found out everything.
Yeah, no shit. I haven't touched my phone in an hour, so God knows.
God knows
what
what's been revealed.
All right, so so next time we'll be back and we'll go over our, who won. We'll go over God knows how
It's going to be a long one next time.
Oh, it's going to be
always
a
a
long
long one.
But it's a good one. This is one of my most anticipated. It's Gamer Christmas. So,
I'll have my 50-page breakdown.
oh my goodness gracious.
I would say, do we want to split it up and I take 2 conferences, you take 2, you take 2?
Well, now there's all these tiny ones. That's the thing.
Or maybe we just show up with the 10 things we're most excited about,
Yeah.
and we as opposed to running down every single conference.
I say we could run down maybe run down the couple big ones.
Yeah, like Ubisoft and Microsoft.
Ubisoft, Microsoft, and Nintendo, and then it's maybe even Square Enix, because theirs is usually a big thing too. And because it sounds like everyone else, I don't know if it sounds like not necessarily like a show, or you know what I mean, everyone else no one knows kind of what it's gonna be, because at least those guys we all know they've done this before. Right. At least
what's the WB one look like?
Right.
God knows.
Right.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see how it is, and then we'll go from
even
there.
if we do the 10 each of things we're excited about, it's still gonna be a long one. So
yeah.
So pack a lunch for next show, and we'll see you next time, Stickheads.